I'm Stephanie and let's talk books. So today I'm going to be hauling some books with you guys, and I'm really excited because I got some great books that I'm super excited to add to my collection this month. So let's go ahead and get started. So I had a couple of books that I knew I really wanted to add to my collection this month. The first two are from the Legends of the First Empire series by Michael J. Sullivan. I already have the books 2 and 3 back there on the shelf behind me, but I didn't have book 1, and I found this on Book Outlet, and I was super excited that they had this one in stock, so I snatched it up. So now I have book 1, and I also picked up a copy of his newest book in the series, which is book 4, Age of Legend. This one was super good. I'm so excited that he has the rest of the series completely finished and it's in the process of being published, because the ending of this one, man, I really need to know what happens next. So I'm really excited to have now all of the works that are out in this collection. So next up, I really wanted a copy of the UK cover of the Skyward book by Brandon Sanderson. This is his YA series. It's a sci-fi and it came out last year. Book 2 is getting ready to get published at the end of November, and I really wanted to make sure I got the hardcover UK edition before they came too difficult to find, because it's beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see, but that gold foiling is just super pretty, and on the spine as well. Yeah, it's just super gorgeous, and I love Brandon Sanderson. I'm really excited to have this beautiful hardcover. I will of course be picking up the sequel, and I'm gonna have to get the sequel in the UK edition as well. So those were the 3 books that I knew at the beginning of the month that I really wanted to pick up and add to my collection this month, and I thought that was all the books that I was going to be getting, because I was going to be getting 3 beautiful hardcovers. They get kind of expensive. But I did happen upon a couple other really great deals that I couldn't pass up. And, you know, I found more Brandon Sanderson books I needed, so I bought more Brandon Sanderson books. I found hard copies of Shadows of Self and Bands of Mourning at my local bookstore in the super discounted area. They were like $6 each. I was really surprised, considering that these books have been out for a while. I didn't think that I would find hard copies of these guys floating around in a regular chain bookstore, but I did. So of course I had to pick up one of each of these. So now I have hardcovers of Second Era Mistborn. I've got Alloy of Law back up there on the shelf. Now I have these 2, and I will be ready whenever Brandon finishes with Stormlight and can get back to finishing the series. The next book I picked up is The Arithmetist, also by Brandon Sanderson. This is another one of his YA books. I don't hear a lot of people talk about this book very much, but I really love it. The story is great. The magic system is really cool. You get to draw different creatures with chalk, and then they can come alive and attack each other, and it's really cool. It's also set in like an alternate history United States, where the entire country is a bunch of islands, so that's really interesting as well. This book is getting a new cover, and it's being re-released with a new cover, so I did want to make sure I got an edition of the original cover before the new cover came out. Decided that when I saw this in my local Barnes & Noble that I would pick up their last copy. And lastly, and probably one of the things I'm most excited about, is yet another Brandon Sanderson book. This is a beautiful hardcover of Calamity from the Reckoner series. I love these covers because they are so beautiful and colorful and just really exciting, but it's autographed. Ah! So this makes this my very first Brandon Sanderson signed book, and I thought that was really cool that they had this in my local Barnes & Nobles. I'm sure it's a thing where Brandon signed a whole bunch and then sent them off to various Barnes & Nobles. But again, this is one that's kind of been out for a while, so I was a little bit surprised to see it on the shelf. in hardcover, and then the fact that it was signed, I decided that since it was there, it was meant to be mine, and I would go ahead and add this to my collection since I did not have a hardcover of Calamity. And yeah, I'm really excited to have this autographed edition in my collection. I've only ever had one other autographed book before in my life, and it was a Tamora Pierce book that I had when I was in middle school and high school when she was my favorite author, and that was really cool. That was also one that I bought pre-signed in a bookstore. So hopefully one day I will get to see Brandon Sanderson in person and get him to sign some of my books in person, but until then I have this little beauty on my shelf. So these are all of the books that I got this month. A lot of really beautiful hardcovers, lots of Brandon Sanderson. I'm going to have to reorganize my Brandon Sanderson shelf. You can see over here, it's kind of full. But we will find a home for these lovely, but until next time, happy reading.